It's still two for the whole world. 10 toes down, chose my own words wisely. I poet like a bar.
Hold on, wait, I got the effects. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Two for the World show, where we create us is actual factuals. I am William Zillions, and this is episode 2. Last episode, I talked about Batman vs. Ninja Turtles movie. Awesome watch. If you haven't checked out that video, you can click the link somewhere. It'll be somewhere around here. You can check that out. But also in that video, I discussed the Joker movie and how I felt about it, as well as checking out some other stuff. You know, just I recently finished watching the 3rd season of Young Justice, and I also, drunkly might I add, watched Captain Marvel for the first time yesterday. These three projects, and they have something in common, oddly enough, which brings me to the name of this episode. The title of this episode, the Pander Express. Pander Express. There you go. The Pander Express. Again, choo-choo. We're on the way. All aboard. The fucking Pander Express. These motherfuckers are pandering out here with their content, man. All right, first of all, I'm going to hit you with the official. Let me hit you with the official tissue. So pander. The definition of pandering is to gratify or indulge, parentheses, in the moral or distasteful desire, need, or habit, or a person with such a desire, etc. Close parentheses. My bro is texting me right now. Cool. Yo, I feel like a lot of these themes are feeling forced, man. Like I've been like I told you, like I watched Captain Marvel. I watched Joker recently. I watched the 3rd season of Young Justice. Like, yo, it is some interesting, almost overly too on the nose type themery going on in these movies / TV shows, like that don't feel organic. The qualities of what makes something a pander piece, because that's what I'm gonna call them, a pander piece, is that like these pander pieces have themes that are only being made mention so that they can be associated with the current trend that's being talked about right now. You feel me? So for example, this fucking movie, man, like it tries its hardest to pander to the conversation of mental illness, and I think it does so cheaply. First of all, I understand one thing about to be true about the Joker. That he's fucking cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? Like he might manage it pretty well in later iterations or other iterations of the character, but like overall, like he's a loose screw. This movie, I feel like, tried so hard, almost like in an overly corny way, to depict that depict that this man was suffering from this generalized concept of mental illness. You feel me? He had a journal. So he has a journal. You feel me? But what the camera chose to focus on, like the lines or the punchline, it was like his joke book. There was like a punchline. It was like, the thing that's messed up about having mental illness is that everybody wants you to pretend that you don't have mental illness. Punchline. I just felt like, yo, that was that was so corny. Like, what? I feel like am I alone on this? That did I the only one that felt like that was corny? Like, to try and fit this, to fucking force feed this movie into the trending topic. You know what I'm saying? Versus like just giving us a bomb ass movie about a character that we all like come to like fuck with. I don't like, there wasn't even much in the movie that took place. I'm not gonna get into a review of this film, but overall I do think that like the themes felt like cheap to me. That last line that he said right before he took out Robert De Niro at the end, where he was like, "Oh, fucking society," and "Oh, when they don't like listen to the little guy," or whatever the fuck he said. I just felt like, what? Who's gonna say that like right now? Why are you saying that? That seems like a little corny. Like, fuck, man. Choo choo. All aboard the fucking Pander Express, this fucking movie. Moving on. Young Justice. You feel me? Yeah. Seasons 1 and seasons 2. Fire, son. Season 1 and season 2, fire, B. You know what I'm saying? Had a plethora of characters. You could catch a couple of them right behind me. I think this is from season 1 and 2. Got Robin, Aqualad, Superboy, Miss Martian. It was like a 5-year stall between season 2 and 3. But I almost feel like season 3 was pandering hard, cheaply so, just to be able to be included in the conversation of, force itself into the trendy conversation of the LGBTQ stuff. Like, I do feel like this season went out of its way to change characters or make some characters do or be certain ways that were low-key completely outside their character. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. Like, why is Aqualad gay out of nowhere in season 3? Out of nowhere, bro. Season 1 and 2 on record for like fucking on some baddie, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not to say life doesn't take you and stuff or doesn't have the abilities, I don't know. But all I'm saying is that element felt very forced. You know what I'm saying? That's not who the character was, at least not, especially not in this iteration of Aqualad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just came out of the blue. He's kissing dudes in the show and shit. I just felt like it was just a pander piece. Like, it's just trying to include these themes in it so that way it can be included in the conversation of something that's trending. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't authentically tell the story. Aqualad wasn't gay from the beginning. If he was, then that's just who he was, and that be it. But because that wasn't anything a part of his storyline from the beginning, and once again, of this iteration, like, it's like, what? Where does this even come from? The series has a lot to do with human trafficking or meta trafficking. So there's an organization kidnapping meta children and like taking them places and making them hard labor and just fucked up situations. The Outsiders, season 3, The Outsiders, band of younger, newer supers that are trying, they form a new alliance to try and get out there and like take steps every day to make the world a better place through their actions and through their gifts. Episode 5 or 6 or whenever they finally put the Outsiders together, the new young team. Beast Boy's in this one. Beast Boy's like the mouthpiece for it all. He's like, oh yeah, we're the Outsiders. We're here. We're blank. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like, I don't know why, but like when you say meta, like I feel like you're trying to say something else at me. You know what I'm saying? It's panderific, bro. Panderific, bro. Moving on, son. Like, so I'm like, sometimes when I don't like movies or don't find myself watching them sober, I drink an abundance of beer and I push play. So I did that the other day. But am I surprised? It was a fucking pretty good movie. So like, the movie was pretty good. So like, this movie was way better than I thought it was gonna be. However, it's a pander piece, bro. And I think that there's one element in specific that I could point out that like exposes this as the true pander piece it is, and that's the music, bro. Because I believe that this movie is pandering to the women empowerment conversation. Like it's a trending topic right now. It is something that is important to try and create that. You know what I mean? That balance in the power structure of men and women and stuff like that, and providing people with strong female characters. I get it, but this shit was like cringe-worthy with the music selection. Like, so Just a Girl was the song of the final fight sequence. I'm just a girl. Like, what? Like, that's corny, son. Like, I wonder who the music supervisor was on this film, because this shit's fucking corny, man. Panderific. These fuckers are on the Panda Express. We had The Joker, Young Justice Season 3, Captain Marvel, all 3 pander pieces, all 3 pandering to different popular trending topics cheaply. Nothing really happened to the Joker. Nothing happened to him that was like way left. Like, if you really think about it. He lost his job, and then he blamed society for the fact that he like brought a fucking gun to a children's hospital like a dickhead. Yeah, that does probably show that he isn't very mentally stable, but I believe that the dramatization of what actually happened to him versus his response to all of the shit that happened to him, I think it was just like, it was corny enough that it didn't add up for me personally as a viewer. Young Justice season 3, I think it's pandering. They're forcing topics of like sexuality onto characters already have established who they are on camera, and then out of nowhere they just switched. And I'm just like, wow, okay. I'm like, you're ruining the story for the sake of it. Just fucking create a new fucking gay character and make that fucker gay. You know what I'm saying? And like, let that individual live their life and tell that story. You feel me? Don't like just start changing characters you already established. Pander. Fucking Captain Marvel. Like they didn't, like they just low key popped up on Captain Marvel low key, and they just dropped her in when they already had like Black Widow. Like Black Widow could have been popped off in a solo movie, and we would have fucked with it fully because we wouldn't have had to fight for the connection with this character. We wouldn't have to fight for to believe that she was a strong character, because we saw that she was a strong character, a strong female character through her actions, without like working as a team unit with men and still fucking being a leader amongst them. Like Black Widow, you know what I'm saying? Like the challenge that content creators, and especially these big houses, we should be looking to meet is to use our platforms to like tell stories of all types of people, every type of person, expose everybody, you know what I'm saying? But do so authentically, do so with the intention of showing more than you're telling us you're gonna show us. You know what I'm saying? Like don't just show me what you mean. Don't tell me what you want to show me. You know what I mean? With really cheap lines and really corny lines and really corny music selection. Like it's pandered. Fucking choo all aboard Panda Express. Yo, episode 2 for the World show, where we create us is actual factuals. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, man, I'm gonna see y'all soon, dog. Fucking have a great day.
Still 2 for the world, still 2 for the world, still 2 for.
Now we're going to start this dance off with a nice dreamy waltz.
Still 2 for the world, still 2 for the world, silly ass.